Welcome to Prime Time, bitch, and welcome to another episode of KRUEGER'S Corner. I'm Mike Krueger, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
And tonight we are back at it with another couple episodes of FREDDY'S NIGHTMARES Season 2. Tonight we'll be covering episode 5 and 6, so we'll get right into it with episode 5, Memory Overload. And in this one, an alcoholic professor shields a student from a militaristic father, and then a computer takes revenge on its power-mad user. So first thing I'll say, and it's not really related to the episode, but I have noticed in season 2 they do that little promo package that I pop for in a couple of select episodes. Like Freddy just picking something from the back of his brain, it being like the little episode. It's just it's a cool little effect.
Yeah.
That just reminds me of fucking cheesy TV. So I'll start by saying this. Freddy has this amazing just kind of speech about how alcohol and drinking kills and stuff. And that was I was like, oh, this episode's going to be fucking rad as hell. Unfortunately, that was the highlight of this whole thing, because the whole thing going on with the student being haunted by his military general dad, just, I don't know, it wasn't really interesting to me. And the relationship between the alcoholic teacher and the student was also a little awkward to me, just because I don't know, just it was weird that he went to him for this problem that he's having, being haunted by his dad. And then the second half, man, with this fucking stupid ass computer. I mean, that whole fucking story was just dumb as fuck to me. Like, people getting sucked into the computer. It reminded me of some cheesy fucking science sci-fi, after school special type of deal. And it just, it didn't do it for me. And this whole episode, to be honest with you, outside of that Freddy, little dialogue about drinking, it was really, really hard to get through for me. But that's kind of the way it is with these episodes. You win some, you lose some, but this was definitely one of the worst ones I think I've seen of this season and of the whole show. But what about you, Tub?
I'm actually the opposite. Mm-hmm. Now, while I'm not going to argue how dumb this episode was, for me, it was the right kind of dumb. So I was highly entertained the whole episode. Do I think it was good? No. Do I get why you didn't like it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's fun to be had in this one, I think. I mean, it's just, bad syndicated anthology TV from 30 years ago. So
yeah, I mean, it definitely has that feel. And maybe I'm beating it up a little too much, just because I'm not a fan of usually a lot of cable programs from that time. And
right.
It's just one of those things. I've seen the stupid sucked in the computer, but I feel, didn't we have one of those in the first fucking season too? I feel like I saw something like that where they were sucked into a computer, or some sort of robotics bullshit like that. It felt too familiar to me. And nothing engaging enough to just keep my attention, especially with the first half being as rough as it was. Maybe if they would have flipped them, and
maybe
it would have been the computer episode first, and then I could have been a little bit more entertained. Maybe with that Freddy fucking monologue about drinking in the dead center. But yeah, I mean, like I said, not every episode of the show is great. And this was just one of the ones that didn't do it for me. But was it any special director or?
No, actually, the director on this one was Don Weiss. I mean, he's a pretty prolific television director. I mean, he goes back to, if we want to use his anthology pedigree, he did some Alfred Hitchcock Presents episodes.
Okay.
He did some Twilight Zone. He did, hold on. I know there's more. Let me look. Oh, he did a Kolchak TV movie, Crackle of Death. I don't remember. Is that the second one? Yeah, that's the it's one of the movie ones. Okay, yeah, that's the second movie, I think, before the series started. But yeah, no, so he has quite a bit. Oh, geez. This might turn people off. He directed the Monsters Revenge TV movie, which I do like, for the record. But
It could have been worse. You could have said he did like cinematography on Clown House or something. It would have been way fucking worse.
Yeah, anything with that. No, but I mean, yeah, he's got a history in TV anthology, but no like real big. I mean, other than, directing a Hitchcock project. I mean, he has no like horror films under his belt per se. This is more his style, the anthology TV.
Some of those Alfred Hitchcock presents are really, really fucking good though. Like
they are.
Probably my favorite episode's the one with the guy with the snake in the bed, and they think he's lying about it, and then at the end he ends up fucking getting bit by this goddamn coral snake that kills him. Just like there's some goofy shit like that just like really like the concept seems silly, but the amount of suspense it builds is actually like really strong. Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock Presents and the Alfred Hitchcock Hour. Both of them are fucking great.
I will also throw out there the 1980s Alfred Hitchcock Presents, but I don't know if it's streaming on Peacock. But that one, it's closer to tone to this, but a little bit better.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't even know that exists. I'll have to.
I have them all on, like, I recorded them way back when Chiller started, but I'm bet you they're on Peacock now, which I'm gonna confirm while we talk.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe they have a physical release too. I had to buy this UK box set to get all the presents.
There's some Australian ones too. Far as I know, there's no box set for this. They do have a box set for the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, which was the one after Presents. But like, I know Peacock doesn't have the Monsters Today, which some people are grateful for. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, let's just, I guess, considering we're talking about Alfred Hitchcock and the Monsters now, this part of the episode's run its course. So let's rate this one, move on to episode 6.
Before you do, real quick, Hitchcock Presents, the 1980s run, is not on Peacock. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll have to try to get my hands on that for sure. Check it out. All right, so for me, Memory Overload, episode 5, I'm giving this one a 2 out of 5, and that's being a little bit generous, to be honest with you. But 2 out of 5, mainly because Freddy has this awesome fucking speech about how drinking kills. What about you, Tub?
Like, I know this one isn't good, but I did enjoy it, so I'm gonna put it at 2.5.
That's fair.
Because it's not good, but I do like it. So it's one of those. For me, it was so bad it's good.
Alrighty, so moving on to episode 6, Lucky Stiff. And in this one, a woman doesn't want to share her late husband's lottery winnings with her current spouse. And then this is so stupid. So I look up the fucking description for this thing, and they totally spoil the second half of the goddamn episode. They go, meanwhile, a gravedigger resorts to blackmail to land the woman of his dreams. It's like, it's the whole fucking twist of the second part of the goddamn story, you assholes. Don't put this shit online. And it's the official description too. It's not even just one that somebody wrote on IMDb. I had to like look it up specifically. And yeah, they fucking give it away. But anyways, I
want to know if these are like recycled TV guide descriptions they used back in the day.
It wouldn't surprise me. It sounds about as well written as
right.
So Freddy shredding up the 2 Cabbage Patch dolls in the beginning, just basically how he's going to say he's going to fuck up this couple's marriage. I thought that was actually really fucking funny, just because like he seems so happy about it. I really wanted to see this wife get fucked up big time, though. I mean, for being a cheating whore, I felt really bad for her husband. And like, even though he didn't, have his shit together and wasn't really supporting his wife, he didn't deserve to get fucking cheated on, then basically killed by her being a lying, conniving slut. Like, that was some bullshit. So I felt bad for that dude. And I was really hoping maybe his ghost was going to come back and fucking Last House on the Left this bitch, but he didn't. And what we ended up getting, like, I like the little hallucination scenes of the wife's guilt and, you know, the dead husband ripping his finger off and all that. But, you know, eventually when they're digging up his grave to get his lottery ticket, and the, you know, the greed takes over her and she ends up killing her new husband as well. That was, I thought, a decent twist. But then the second half of the episode, it doesn't really like kind of differentiate it kind of differentiate itself like most of these episodes do. It just kind of continues the story, and that was like, it kind of threw me off for a minute because I was hoping, you know, oh, okay, you know, this episode, this part of the story was all right, but maybe there'll be something better on the second half. And it's kind of weird because I do like parts of the second half a lot, but as a whole, I don't know. I felt like maybe the twist with it being, you know, she thinks that she's getting blackmailed by her, you know, late husband that she killed, and then it ends up being, you know, the guy that works at the cemetery. I don't know, that just that reveal felt like it could have been a little bit more menacing. Maybe to put her in some dangerous situations before that would have made it a little bit more effective, because for the most part, she didn't seem like she was in complete danger. Just more like this guy that she tried to kill was fucking trying to get his revenge by blackmailing her rather than like actually putting her in any physical danger. So I mean, overall, I don't think this was a bad episode, but it left me wanting something more out of the story, especially considering there were things I did like about it.
Again, and this is another one for me. While I don't think it was great, I had a total blast with it. The bitch whore wife and everything, which I should mention was played by Mary Crosby. And she was one of the stars of the recently farce reviewed The Ice Pirates.
Oh, nice.
And even though Dan's not going to hear, I hear she's in that stupid ass Deep Space Nine. So I'll just say it out there. And also David Lander, who plays the husband, was from Laverne and Shirley for 100 years. So, but the episode itself, the director. Oh, William Malone, yes. Director of Scared to Death, House on Haunted Hill, Fear.com. I can't remember his episode of Masters of Horrors, but I want to say
it was terrible.
Okay.
It was the Fair Hair Child, I believe.
Okay, yes, it was. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the worst episode, honestly.
Yeah. And I should know because we just had this discussion on the last episode he directed.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, for me, I'm like, it's the series, like season 2 starts off different. It's a different show.
Yeah, it's just not even like, I feel like it's less on the horror themes, like some of the, like season 1 had a lot of, you know, effects and blood and, you know, especially for even TV at that time, and this one it's more grounded, I guess, and
we're going a little more Twilight Zone-ish than we are
for sure
horror, which I'm fine with, and they, like I said, they're still pretty bad, but I'd rather watch this than Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone.
Don't knock that Christmas episode.
That's one I still need to see, I think.
That like, I can understand your hate for literally every single other episode, but that one is fucking good. I'll stand by that.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to cover that this Christmas.
I think you guys would dig it. It's just it's a classic Twilight Zone type of fucking story. It's not.
They always had good Christmas episodes. So
it's not. It's not some like super woke, you know, relevant to the time propaganda like some of the episodes are.
Okay.
That one I'll stand by. But all right. Well, considering I don't think there's really much left on this episode. Let's rate this one. So, Lucky Stiff, episode 6. I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
Not bad. I thought you'd be a little lower. I'm a 3. If I was this is when I like stop, because like if I'm going off my enjoyment, it should probably be higher. I feel good giving this a 3 though.
That's fair. All right. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Freddy's Nightmares. Thank you guys for subscribing and checking this out. Make sure to subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Starts at just $1. Also follow us on all the social media bullshits. Links are in the description. And yeah, I don't think I got anything else. You got anything, Todd?
No. Good night.
All right. Sweet dreams, motherfuckers.